Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your body is melting on a 100-degree day, and the only thing that makes sense is chugging iced tea and hoping for a miracle? Well, I recently found myself in that exact situation, and instead of reaching for a fan or a frozen pizza, I decided to dive into the world of herbal cooling remedies. And let me tell you, it was a wild ride, one that made me question everything I thought I knew about sweat, science, and the power of a good mint leaf. Now, I'm not saying these herbs as some magical cure-all. But here's the thing, we're living through a climate crisis where heat waves are no longer rare, and our air conditioners are either broken or just plain insufficient. So when I heard about Ayurvedic and Chinese herbalism being used for centuries to combat heat, I had to know more. Was this just hippie nonsense, or was there actually something to it? Spoiler, it's complicated. Let's talk about peppermint, because honestly, who doesn't love the fresh, icy zing of mint? Dr. K. A. Hui from Ukla says it's a go-to for cooling symptoms, but he's quick to add that it's not a magic bullet. It's not going to drop your body temperature by 10 degrees, he told me. But it can help your body feel more balanced. And here's what's fascinating, the chemicals in peppermint, like menthol, might actually trick your brain into sensing cooler temperatures. But is that enough? Or are we just convincing ourselves we're cooler because we smell minty and feel refreshed? That's the million-dollar question. Then there's rose water. I mean, who would have thought that spraying your face with rose water could do anything besides make you smell like a spa? But according to the apothecary I visited, it's got anti-inflammatory properties that can soothe the skin and, theoretically, reduce the feeling of heat. I tried it, and let me say, it felt like a mini vacation. But here's the catch, if you're dehydrated, nothing short of a foot drip is going to save you. These herbs are tools, not replacements for water. And yet, so many people skip the basics, thinking a little mint tea will fix everything. That's a recipe for disaster. Now, I'll admit I went full tourist when I visited this apothecary in Venice. It was like stepping into a wellness utopia, crystals, sound baths, and a wall of herbs that looked like they belonged in a fantasy novel. The staff handed me a hibiscus cooler tea, which tasted like a fruit punch and smelled like summer. But here's the thing, I left feeling calmer, not necessarily cooler. Was it the herbs, the ambience, or just the fact that I was finally taking a break from my own mental meltdown? I'll never know. But it made me think, in a world where we're constantly battling climate chaos, maybe the real power of these remedies isn't in their chemical properties, but in the rituals they create. A cup of tea, a spritz of rosewater, a moment to pause, it's not just about cooling down. It's about reminding yourself that you're still in control. And that's the deeper issue, isn't it? We're not just looking for ways to survive the heat. We're looking for ways to feel human again. To feel like we have agency over our environment, even when the planet is literally cooking. So maybe these herbs aren't the answer. Maybe they are just a reminder that sometimes, the best we can do is take a deep breath, sip something cold, and hope for the best. Or maybe, just maybe, there's science in that mint after all.